Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and confusion of faces scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Not to get fucking twisted with fucking imposters that are falsely occupying the Holy Land. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rechad Kodash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders that care also that rule well, and these fucking imposters, fucking counterfeit, that we very unaffectionately label as the gutter rats, as they are the sewer rats of the planet, when you liken them into fucking rodents, and really they're fucking parasites. Okay, they are the germ, the disease, the amoeba of the earth, the most detestable of all the Heavenly Father's creation. Like we say, the roaches are better than these fucking creatures, man. All right, them that stole pretty much everything, all these different lands across the planet, which you don't realize is they're the biggest landholders. Okay, wealth that was ill-gotten, stolen fucking resources of the planet. Okay, you have them here on the same campaign of pretty much labeling people as guilty. They're declaring people guilty for having any type of speech or rhetoric, a narrative that goes against them, and they call it, we know the whole shit, anti-Semitic, which is a completely false fucking statement. Okay, that's a whole, it's a false concept, really, to call someone anti-Semitic when the people you're calling anti-Semitic are from Shem. See, and Semitic is not, what the fuck is Semitic? That's some shit they fucking made up. Semitic, it's really Shem, right? Shemite. So if anything, it would be anti-Shemitic. But look, the people that they declare that are anti-Shemitic come from Shem. Fucking retards. And it just shows you this whole slander campaign that they have over anything that comes against them. And also what's so fucking wicked is they paint themselves as the fucking victims, to say, look at how they hate us and they talk about us, right? When whatever the things that people are coming against them with or speaking against them with is their wickedness. It's not like they're speaking on them for no cause, that you're just talking shit about the nation of Israel. Slovakia, the fucking Israelis. They're not just talking shit on them for no reason, just out of hatred. It's based off of what they're doing. So it's valid, okay? And here you have this fucking UN official, whatever the fuck you want to call it, this bitch who works for the UN. They're calling for her removal because she's speaking about the atrocities that the Israelis are committing over there in fucking Gaza and the surrounding territories, doing to Palestine, which they happen to be fucking Shemites too. Okay. Them that come from, so-called Arabs, right? So-called Arabs come from the ancient nation of Ishmael, and Ishmael come from Shem as well. All right, but that's beside the point. They're calling for her removal, and they want to fucking, to assassinate her. probably physically want to do that. Anyone who speaks against them, they'll fucking put a hit out on you. They'll fucking put you to death. But that's the farthest extent of it. What they'll do in lieu of that, or what they will do, the preceding action that they'll take. Precede mean PRECEED. So precede meaning the action that they'll take before fucking killing you is they'll assassinate your character. Okay? There's different things other than a literal assassination. You have character assassination, they'll have a financial or monetary assassination. This means they'll kill your ability to create revenue for yourself. These different things, they're doing that right now. They want to cancel, it's another word for it. They want to fucking cancel this bitch for her statements. It's simply telling the truth. And that's a wicked thing to do. Is to fucking want to destroy somebody for telling the truth and to declare them wicked and declare them guilty. Let's get that in Proverbs 17 and 15. In the NLT, it says, acquitting the guilty, which is what they do. Meaning acquit means to let them off scot-free, meaning allow them to walk, not giving them, judgment, a false judgment. You're pretty much allowing them to escape judgment, right? And you're declaring them innocent. It's like you're declaring the guilty innocent and the innocent guilty. That's wicked as fuck. It says acquitting the guilty. Let's go into this word. To acquit is to free from a criminal charge by a verdict of not guilty. Okay, to absolve. Acquitting the guilty and condemning the innocent both are detestable to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Alright? And we're going to go into the scriptures, what the Heavenly Father is going to do to the wicked for this shit. The wicked, which is the devil the Bible speaks of, which is a race, a lineage of people. Alright? And it's undoubtedly the so-called fucking white race. Alright? Well, those fucking Israelis are under that umbrella. They're actually the chief, the top tribe of the so-called white race. And you can tell they're all the fucking same. Fucking Germans, fucking Polish, fucking Russians, fucking Israelis. How is it that they all fucking look the same? They look like they could be related and shit. Because they all come from one progenitor. Alright? They're from the same fucking bloodline. It's just Esau, Edom in the scriptures. But they just have different tribes. Right? It's really fucking simple to understand. But the people are really fucking simple. They're worse than fucking simple. Alright? They're fucking retarded. So they can't even process, the most basic of reasoning. Alright? But we're going to get into it in Psalm 90. This is the 94th chapter on what the Heavenly Father is going to fucking do to these people and them that operate in this way. Alright? And we know the innocent is Israel. The just is Israel. But listen, this actually can apply to somebody that speaks justly. Okay, somebody that speaks righteously. Meaning, for example, this fucking bitch, let's see what the fuck her name is. Francesca Albanese. She's speaking on the wicked acts, the atrocious acts, atrocity, fucking crimes against humanity, abominable deeds. Man, to think about it too. to fucking bomb, fucking, to level, to shell, what they call fucking hospitals, fucking elderly hospitals, fucking elderly homes, fucking daycares, and fucking children's schools, children's hospitals and shit. Okay, fucking homeless shelters, like you know, shelters for the unfortunate. To bomb those shits is it's unconscionably wicked. Okay, and to do it just for takeover, and really to do it to say we're doing this as justification of terrorist acts that were committed against us. That's fucking out of this world wicked. Okay, and to just do it because you're on some false Zionist type shit, ethnic cleanse type shit, when that only was sanctioned by the Heavenly Father to the real Israel, all right? And for whatever time that he dictated, because we're not going to be doing ethnic cleansings in the kingdom, okay? Unless it's Esau, Edom after 1,000 years, but that's justified, okay? They're doing it for land's sake. These fucking Israelis, they're doing it for that love of money, essentially. Because money, resources, equals money, wealth, but ill-gotten gain, all right? It says they're calling for her removal from the UN. She's a human rights official. It says over her remarks about those fucking Israelis, the gutter rats. Okay, she's facing scrutiny for labeling Israeli actions as genocide and calling for an arms embargo against the country. That's righteous. It's righteous to say, and to call for and petition, advocate for these people to stop receiving fucking weapons that is committing atrocities upon people. Okay, that's super fucking righteous, really. All right, and the people, if they had a, fucking ounce of justice in their body, okay, if they had one iota of fucking integrity, of doing the right thing the right way, of righteousness, okay, they would be in support of this. All right. Slovakia, one sec. Slovakia. One second. So, check it out. We'll read a little bit of this shit, but you already know the deal. The fucking caption, this header, the header fucking told you everything. It says, Francis said that we'll call for the resignation of this bitch, right? Over comments regarding Israeli military actions in Gaza. See, that's wicked as fucking hell. And this shows you that France is in the pockets of the Israelis. It shows you that the Israelis, just as they have all other nations and people, really all the other nations' leadership by the fucking balls. They have France by the fucking balls. Okay? Because what does France's interests in this type of speech towards fucking Israelis? Okay? It would have to be because they have some type of, the Israelis have some type of hold over France, and we know they do, because they own all industries. They own every industries. They own the wealth of the fucking planet, and they are running the motherfucking planet. Primarily the elites. Okay? What race do you think, what tribe, what type of so-called white man do you think the Rothschilds are? Okay? And the Oppenheimers and shit, and these other fucking families, right? The different, what they say, bloodlines, the royal bloodlines. It's all one fucking bloodline. But what type of so-called Caucasian do you think they are? They're fucking gutter rats. They're so-called Israelis, right? They're so-called Jewish, all right? And they own every fucking thing, whether you think so or not, or believe so, in your puny fucking mind. Because look, what do they got? They have holdings companies, which are, the holdings company is a company that holds another, or really holds multiple companies. So you might have something like Johnson and Johnson, all right, Kellogg's, Mars, which is like the candy company, right? All type of different shit, right? Ansel, which is like they do medical equipment. While those, you might think they're independent entities, they all belong to one company, right? They belong to that holdings company. And the holdings companies are owned by motherfucking the elites, okay? So you might question yourself, what the fuck does France care about? Not only anything against the so-called Israelis, but why would they want to fucking punish this person for speaking the truth, for something that France, that all of France and all the planet should be on that side? They should be petitioning for this as well, to prevent any arms dealers, any weapons manufacturing companies from fucking, from, what is it called when you fulfill an order? To fulfill any orders or purchase orders of any fucking weapons to motherfucking the Israelis, okay? So it says, okay, this is what she says. See, all she said it was a genocide and called for a full arms embargo and suspension of trade agreements with the country. And look who she's been sanctioned by, the U.S., and has been facing growing calls for her dismissal, including accusations of anti-Semitism and bias. And you know what they want her to do? They don't just want to call for her dismissal. They just don't want her dismissed. They want to fucking hang her publicly. They want to torture and execute her publicly. Okay? So it shows you who runs the fucking world. what is that one statement by Voltaire? You know who rules over you. If you want to fucking find out who rules over you, see who you cannot speak against. All right? They're calling her her statements, her speech, they're calling it outrageous and reprehensible. Okay? And saying that it's against Israel as a people and a nation. It's all bullshit. You're just talking about the demonic deeds that they're committing over there. The fucking war crimes and shit. That's it. That they are an enemy to humanity. And they are. This is what she wrote. The common enemy of humanity is the system. That's a good little fucking phrase for it. That's a good little code name for it. The system, you could have been labeled a lot of things. You know, fuck. They are the goddamn devil. Okay? It's fucking Satan. You know? Because really when you go into like the mystery of iniquity, you know, the secret council of the workers of iniquity, the deep state, the so-called Illuminati, the motherfucking shadow government, the global banking elites, that's all one system of people. It's really going into the elites of Esau, Edom, which is the elites of the chief tribe of the nation of Edom, which is fucking Amalek. Top dogs of them, right? That they are. When you look at the things that they're doing, if you see what kind of shit that they're sowing in the earth, seeds of evil, okay, you would call for their extermination. Okay? But that's why the Heavenly Father's gonna do just that. He's gonna fucking exterminate these people. And righteously and justifiably so. It says that the system that has enabled the genocide in Palestine, including the financial capital that funds it, the algorithms that obscure it, and the weapons that enable it, they are the common enemy to humanity. Okay? Death to this fucking place. It says the death toll in Gaza in this current genocide is 72,171,000 wounded. Okay? And that's just a soft estimate. See? But let's go into these scriptures and see how this fully fits the wicked that it's in reference to. And these are examples of this demon. See, they're demonizing this bitch for demonizing them. Okay? They're blacklisting and fucking trying to cancel this bitch for demonizing the demonic shit that they're doing. You see how much fuckery that is? You see that level of fuckery? So let's go into Amos, the 5th chapter. Because they do this not just only against the prophets, but anybody that speaks against them and speaks, this is righteous to speak uprightly. See, regardless of what fucking nation she comes from, this is speaking uprightly. Regardless of what nation anybody fucking comes from. Even their own people. Like it tells you their tongue shall fall upon themselves. It doesn't mean their own people that blow the whistle on themselves on what their nation is doing, it doesn't mean they're going to get off scot-free, but it just means that they're speaking the fucking truth, right? When you have these whistleblowers who say, for example, if it's a so-called white man, a so-called fucking Jewish man that says what the Israelis are doing is fucking genocide and it needs to stop and this and that. Regardless, that's upright. Okay? We give credit where credit is due. Let's see that. Let's see this in let's see Amos 5:10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate. Right, and we know that to be the prophets of the nation of Israel. And it says, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. Right? It says, how do you despise people who tell the truth? In the NLT it says, right? So they hate and then condemn people who tell the fucking truth. See this? And this is a prime example of that. But he's gonna get it for this. He's getting that Isaiah 29. And all she is speech. I thought there's a such thing, even according to this faggot's law, freedom of speech. Right? She's not fucking banding people together to roll on them or nothing. Alright? Nothing militant, none of that. She's just fucking posting words on the fucking internet. This is Isaiah 29. And let's see. That's heavy. Because in 20 it says, let's see. Wow. And see, this is him turning things upside down. Esau, Edom. Alright? Just like it said in fucking Slakia in Proverbs, the 17th chapter, that he'll quit the guilty and he'll fucking condemn the innocent. This fucking madness, that's upside down. Okay? And he'll cash out and promote them that speak in a positive light what they're doing over there in fucking to those people in Gaza, we'll just say. But then he'll reward them, but then he'll fucking cancel them that speak against it. It's upside down as fuck. It says, because right here in 20, because this is what he's gonna do eventually. Staying here in the KJV. For the terrible one. Who's the terrible one? And then because it says the scoffer in NLT. Right? No, it's really here in the KJV. That's the proper translation from the original text. The terrible one. That's Esau, Edom, who has committed more terror than the so-called white man. Not even a fucking competition. It's a landslide. He takes the cake with a motherfucking landslide. It's brought to naught. And that's what's gonna happen to this motherfucking piece of shit. This motherfucking cretin. Okay? This motherfucking parasite. It's reminiscent of that motherfucking War Pigs by with Ozzy Osbourne, when he was talking about how that the day of judgment that God is calling, against them. What did he say? The sorcerer of deaths, destruction. You know, he's the sorcerer of death's destruction on the planet. Because I was going into the war pigs, them that profit and monger off of war, because it brings them wealth and power. See, we talked about that, all the conflicts that they, what is it called, instigate, you know, through deception and all type of different tactics he uses to instigate these things. They're gonna get fucking destroyed, right? This is the end result of them. He's gonna be brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. And the NLT, it says, the arrogant will disappear, and those who plot evil will be killed. It says that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. Okay? They're trying to bring, because we know who that primarily applies to, the prophets, the elect of it, of Yahweh Shebel Shai. But look, secondarily, it can apply to them that speak uprightly. Give credit where credit is due. He's speaking against this in righteousness, against their wickedness, and they're calling her wicked. What kind of shit is that? But this is who the fuck we're dealing with. And you people, you think he's a goddamn one of the biggest false flags in the history of mankind. You fucking believe that he's God and shit. You believe that he is the people of God, that he's God incarnate. You know, the angels and the people of the Mosai incarnate. The so-called white race. And even these fucking rats. These sniveling fucking hobgoblins. Okay? Hook nose fucking, you know, fucking fecal matter consuming, fucking blood drinking, flesh eating fucking demons. Okay? And the people, they worship them. They don't have to get down on their knees and bow down and you know, and go prostrate for them. They do it in other forms. All right? Like it says in Ezekiel, the 14th chapter, that an idol is an idol in your mind, in your heart. You set up the idol in your heart. Okay, you don't even have to fucking overtly out in the open fucking worship them make a shrine to the motherfucker. No, you do it in your fucking heart. You exalt them. Okay? This is there it is. Wow. See, so they make an offender for a word, meaning they're going to label you guilty just for saying something. And not only just saying something, but saying something that's fucking correct. It says, those who, in the NLT, those who convict the innocent by their false testimony will disappear. And that's what he does. Okay, he'll fucking frame you. Okay? He'll do this, what he's doing now. And he's been doing this since the start of the so-called war on Gaza. This is fucking October 7th, right? Whenever that was, 23, 2024, whenever the fuck that was. That whole fucking false flag, right? To that, he's been putting sanctions and infractions upon people that speak against the shit he's doing over there. He's been convicted. He's been convicting them by his false testimony. It says they'll disappear and a similar fate awaits those who use trickery to pervert justice. What the fuck he's doing? And who tells lies to destroy the innocent. Okay. To go here in Proverbs 19. Proverbs 19 and 20. Let's see. This is 28. Yep. It says, an ungodly witness scorneth judgment, and the mouth of the wicked devour iniquity. It says, in the NLT, a corrupt witness. He's a corrupt witness. Okay, giving false fucking testimony. Oh, look at this woman. She needs to be fucking canceled. Okay? And we know that that's what they were saying in this one assembly they had. It was like a global address where they addressed all peoples of all nations across the planet. They said, if you speak against Israel, the Israelis, in any form, anything considered anti-Semitic, adverse speech against those people, then we will cancel you. We will ruin you. We will erase you. You won't be able to fucking, what do they say, date. You know, we'll ruin your what do they call that? Your romantic life. We will ruin your financial status, your employment. We'll cancel all of it. Okay? It says, that's wicked as fucking hell. And to do that for just speaking truth. Okay? We know this could only be the case. This could only be possible. What he's doing, this shit is so beyond wicked. This place is a nightmare. But it could only be possible because the Most High is allowing them to do so for his purposes. Okay? And he pretty much told us why. So that his power, the Heavenly Father's power, will be known when he destroys this motherfucker. And then another side note, I was speaking to the brother yesterday about this, that the more wicked and nightmarish and demonic this place gets, like the more miserable that the people are, and the miserable this life is for the masses of the people, because the masses of the people are miserable. Because the condition of life is fucking trash, and it's getting worse and worse. The more worse it gets, and the more miserable they become, the more appreciative to the Heavenly Father they will be when he destroys this fucking place and establishes kainos. When he sets up them that are profitable in rulership. When he brings the paradise, they're gonna be the worse this place gets, the more appreciative they will be when he takes this place out and he establishes a righteous kingdom. Okay? So we could see it. We could see we have eyes, a light. It has shed light upon the purposes of the Heavenly Father. The Rhetoric has done that. Okay? It says, do things like prudence. Do things like prudence. Because prudence is pretty much foresight. Okay? A corrupt witness in the NLT makes a mockery of justice, and the mouth of the wicked gulps down evil. All right? Let's finish it off in that Psalm 94. go straight to the point, and then we'll see what the Heavenly Father is about to do. Let's see. Psalm 94 and 20. Let's see. Yep. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee? Okay. So they say they're of God. They say they're the people of God and all this. Do they have? So they are the throne of iniquity. Okay. This is a rulership of unrighteousness. This is a rulership of transgression against the ways of the Heavenly Father. Are they going to be in fellowship with the Heavenly Father? See? Can they say that they're on the Most High is on their side? And they do. It's mind fucking blowing. It says, which frameth mischief by law. And the NLT says, can unjust leaders claim that the Most High is on their side? Leaders whose decrees permit injustice. So the fact that this is even mentionable, that they can even arise that this is even like a possibility. There's even a potential for them to cancel this woman, assassinate her financially, assassinate her fucking character for speaking the truth and speaking righteousness, justice. Is fucking, it's out of this world now. It is a decree that is permitting injustice, that they're even bringing up fucking charges against this woman. And in any case where he does this, see, it says, back in the KJV, they gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. It says they gang up against the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. Okay. We of course know that to be Israel, but it could also be applied to them in a case-by-case basis. Them who speak righteously, depending on the matter. Okay, well, let's see what the Heavenly Father is going to do to them. O Yahweh, power, to whom vengeance belongeth. O power, to whom vengeance belongeth. Show thyself. Right? In the NLT, let your glorious justice shine forth. And it's going to. Right? Lift up thyself. There it is. And this is what we are praying, petitioning. Your prayers also means to beg, yearning for the Heavenly Father to do. Lift up thyself, thou judge of earth. Render a reward to the proud. And the NLT, give the proud what they deserve. And he will. And he will. Let's go to the bottom. I believe it's going to. Yep. Verse 23, and he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, how our power shall cut them off. Yep. It says in the NLT, but the Most High will turn the sins of the evil people. And who is the evil people? Okay. It's Esau, Edom. And of course, the aforementioned levels of it. There's levels to it. Okay. And that fucking judgment is going to trickle down from the top. But he's going to get that, that flood that's going to be poured out upon him, upon the top, and it's going to trickle the fuck down. It says he will destroy them for their sins. Yahweh, our power, will destroy them. Okay? So it's not, these scriptures give us solace. His promises give us solace to know what how he's going to do them. Okay? He's going to deal very viciously with them in their destruction. And every little offense, all his offenses are being tallied. Okay? And it's going to be judgment compounded upon him. But this is more proof of who we're dealing with. The wicked the Bible speaks of. And it says what? In a short time, he's going to get cut out. He's going to get cut off. Just as it says that their triumphing is short, of the wicked is short. And it said, knowest thee not this of old? So this is a virtue of life. This goes back since the beginning, and this will be eternal. And the triumphing of the wicked is short. They don't have much longer. And this is how you know when they're fucking showing their horns, how their time is running the fuck out. Alright, so with that, call Halalyam, Leia Halabashim Yashai Bashim Racha Kodash. Shalom.